This is my second cup of coffee already this morning. The first one, it had milk in it. That's the way I do it. First one has a little bit of skim milk actually, just to cool it down. By the time I get to the second one, well, the pot's cooled down. I find that if I unplug the pot as soon as it's through perking, the coffee seems to taste better. It doesn't get sort of a, burnt flavor to it. Anyway, enough about coffee. I don't see any reason why we can't get these cranes done today. All I got to do now is figure out the distance from here to here, and then glue these joints accordingly. Now this shouldn't be too complicated, right? We just hook this around here, and it doesn't have to be exact, although it'd be nice. Okay, now if we go like this, now that should be the right angle, right? Yeah, like that. More or less. Maybe it could be up just a tiny bit more. Anyway, put a little bit of CA thin right at the joint there, and then turn it over and put some CA medium from the bottom where nobody's going to see, because I am going to want to have this joint fairly stiff, because we are going to be stretching the easy line. At least I'm planning on 6 strands. And there will be a certain amount of tension, even though that stuff does stretch really easy. Oh, well, I'm thinking of it here. Now, one of the viewers says, why don't you put one of those pulleys on the end of your finger to show the size of how small they are? Okay. Well, there you go. That's how small it is. I guess the thought being that we've been, looking at them with the macro lens, and everything looks really big. And maybe people are kind of wondering, why is it that I seem to be having so much trouble manipulating all this small stuff, and there's so much vibration going on? Well, yeah, everything is magnified like, 100 times on your screen? Well, maybe not that much. Anyway, enough talk here. As I said yesterday, I talk way too much. Let's see if we can get these glued up. Okay, let's see if we can't just put a little bit of CA thin right here and right here. There, I think we got it. I'll do this one. Try and get it to go down into where the joint is there. Okay, I do believe that's going to set in the right place, and obviously I'm going to have to repaint. Then we'll flip it upside down, and we'll put some thicker stuff from the bottom where it won't be seen. Okay, I have since cleaned out the end of my needle here, so hopefully it's going to work better. Now, right now, this is the bottom side. It shouldn't be seen. Whoops, I didn't get that in the right place. Okay, how are we doing there? Just a little bit more right there. I get some back here. Okay, let's let that harden and see what we got. Now my thinking here is just to get rid of the shine. Now hopefully when that dries, it's going to blend in with the airbrush. I think it will. I'll turn it over now and do the same sort of thing from the top. Now you can see we have our 4 pulleys here, 2 on the inside of the fork and 2 on the outside. And I was wondering which pairs did the hook, the cables that go down to the hook. Well, it turns out, according to Stefan's book, it's the 2 inside ones. But the confusing part is that it showed one cable coming over from the front and the other coming over from the back. And I can't understand the mechanics of that. How would that work? So I'm thinking, let's take a look at that 3D drawing again in the computer. Now let's see if we can be just maybe a little bit smoother than we were the last time we did this. And I'm going to enlarge it to full screen as well. Just let this load first. Okay, full screen. There, we should be able to see it just slightly better. Okay, now here is the crane. And does it even show the hook? Zoom in a little bit here. Oh yeah, it's showing it. All right, excuse me, it's showing the crane in its locked position. Don't know if I can swing it around or not here. Okay, you can see the cable here. My hand is rubbing on it. And it does go, to the center. Okay, but it also shows that the pulley, this pulley down here that's on the hook, is in the same plane as these others. And like I said, that doesn't make sense to me. Now here you can see the cable coming up, or something is anyway. I'm assuming that's the cable. Now you got to remember, this is just a drawing, and right now, because I'm zoomed in, it is so sensitive. The cable looks more like a flat piece of flat iron, but Anyway, it's back off a little bit. Maybe you can see it better. How would it be if we looked at it from underneath? Is that possible? Let's back out a little bit. Turn the ship like this. Now can we go down? Turn it a little bit more. Bring it down. Zoom it in. You know, this is not really that important. Well, you know what? We're just going to have to play it by ear, I guess, you know, with those, with that easy line stuff, and excuse me again, just do the best we can here. Alrighty. Now let's get out of this. I don't know if you can see the bottom right-hand side of the screen here, but it is already 12:52. You know, it's well into the afternoon, and we're still messing around. We haven't run any easy line. I had hoped that we'd, you know, be able to have these cranes finished today, but I'm kind of doubting it right now. Okay, I realize you're looking at this upside down, but you should be able to figure it out. As I surmised, there are two lines coming down from the drum here, or from where these pulleys would be. That would be right back here. And one cable would be to raise the boom up and down, and the other cable would be to raise the hook up and down. That all makes sense. Let's just run with that now. I was hoping to be able to actually start one of the easy lines on the drum that's in the back of this thing here. I did not paint the drum dark, though, like I had planned on. Trying to get this adjusted so that I can get the line in the back there as easy as possible. I think I should be able to, with the tweezers, just get it started on the drum and then feed it over here, feed it out, feed it back, feed it out, and feed it back, and just, I don't know, attach it somewhere there. At least I'm assuming that's the way it would go. You know, if I want, I'm doing the boom right now, the cable that runs the boom up and down. If I wanted to raise the boom, that's the way I would do it. Yeah. Or would it possibly be... No, it didn't show 3 lines coming down, it only showed 2. So I was going to say maybe the final line would come down and fasten onto the frame down here, but it didn't show that, so... Okay, I'm just doing a dry run here right now. Now, if I was to fasten it on the drum right here, this drum that I should have painted a dark color, and didn't. A little bit late right now because it'd be kind of hard to paint around these things. If I was to fasten it right there with something, and then draw a taunt and go out to the end. Now, I don't want to stretch this too much. Now, I think I made the mistake of saying it has a stretching ratio of 700 to 1. I meant 700%. In other words, 7 to 1, not 700 to 1. I don't think there's anything in the world that can do that. But anyway, I'm thinking out loud here again. I just undecided. Let's move this off to one side here just a little bit if I can. Now, I'm afraid that when I would be coming in with my applicator or whatever I'm going to use, that what's going to happen is this is going to end up sticking to the applicator, and when I draw the applicator away, the easy line is going to come with it. So maybe it would be better if I was to put a little tiny dot of the CA glue on the drum to start with, and then try and get the end of the easy line in that, and then paint over afterwards. Yeah. Well, I'll stick the macro lens on so you can see how badly this is probably going to go. This is CA medium. I'm just trying to get it on this one side here. I don't have all day here. Can't let go of it. Okay. Yeah, starting to set up already. All right. Well, that's good. Okay. My thinking right now, I haven't tried this yet, but is to run each one of the 6 lines out individually. In other words, lay it on where it's supposed to go, wrap it around a little bit, and touch it with some CA glue. I don't want to be stretching this out too much, and yet I do want to have it stretched a little bit, because let's say I just had it just enough to keep it taut, and then over time the rubber sort of deteriorated, it could sort of sag. So, I don't want to stretch it out 7-to-1 or anything, but maybe stretch it out. If it's, say, this 5 inches long, stretch it out to about 7 inches. Now that's my thinking right now. And then this can be placed in the right spot later. Probably it would go on the side here, like that. Anyway, that could be moved later. I'm not gonna glue these ones here. At least the ones that come up from the back. I mean, they don't need to be. Now here's another thought. What if I was to take it and loop it around like this, and then bring it back and fasten it on this side like that? Something like that. You know what? I'm going to have to put on my extra strong glasses. I can't see this. It is not glued up here on this pulley, so I can always remove it later and equalize the tension on these two. And we'll just give this a little bit of stretch here now. Now I'm going to use some CA thin. I think that was the thin. No, that was the thick. Ugh. Okay. I don't think that's going to come off. Now remember, we talked about this little part right here that has to go right on there. Now, according to Stefan's drawing, and also to the 3D model that we have in the computer, there's another roller thing like this out here, which raises the cable so that it doesn't rub on the boom of the crane. So we'll just have to wait and see, how things look after all the cables are strung here. I might end up just taking a piece of sprue and stretching it out, heating it and stretching it out to the right diameter, and just sort of lay it on there. I'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. That's not going to be today anyway, that's for sure. Now I was trying to use this easy line as sparingly as possible, but I'm noticing here that in order to do all of the rigging that I want to do, I'm probably going to have to get more of this stuff. Now, I did see it on Amazon, so it's not like you can't get it, and then there's probably half a dozen or more hobby shops and railroad, clubs and stuff like that here in Winnipeg where they might sell it. So I'm probably just going to have to just order it and pay the shipping. And but my thinking is that what if I was to cut this the right length down here, where on this end, and then poke it. Get this here. Poke it around the other side of this drum so that it comes from underneath, then go up and around and back, and then CA it right here. But I'd have to cut it a little longer than I otherwise would, because I am going to be stretching it. But like I say, if I'm going to order more, I do believe it comes in spools of 100 feet. Now, I don't know if that means 100 feet when it's stretched out to 700%, but I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to just calculate here now how much I have to cut off so that I can go all the way back out. This stuff is so fine. It's like working with a hair. Okay, go from here, around, and back. That shouldn't be hard to figure out. I guess it doesn't matter if it's on the pulley or not. I can always do that later. Main thing is to try and get it threaded in the right way here, so that there's not a whole lot of crisscrossing going on there. It's going to look, not realistic. Whoops. I lost it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think we're going to have to put some sort of a roller right in here somewhere, otherwise it's not going to look right. Anyway, let's get this glued in place here so that the lines are taut, and then get everything adjusted at the top, and then we'll worry about the cable that goes up and down. It raises the hook up and down. Anyway, enough talk. I don't know what's been happening lately. I just keep losing track of time here, and the videos are longer than I think they are. Right now here in Winnipeg, it is 24 minutes after 3, and I haven't even done the final edit yet. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to upload a video to YouTube that says the model ship episode today will be late, or something to that effect. Just to give you a warning, because I do realize that there are people that, watch for this to come on time. This has been happening a lot lately. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to try and do better. Seems to me I said that before too. Anyway, Thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.